за людей стояли разом ми, віддаючи життя за землю і за її дітей. Але тепер кому скажи, потрібен я, потрібен ти, ховаються тепер від поглядів. Уже вони, я знаю, так треба. Нічого не буде, як раніше. Час не поверне, все, що зникло, час і не верне. Не спитайся шляху, яким ідеш. Ранку ми прокинемося інші. Час не повернеш, тільки не звертай шляху, яким ідеш. Ми бачили, як чорнозем ставав червоним, не у снах. Бачили, як бідлі ворони чекали на страх у наших очах. Бачили, як плачуть ікони, плакав, але мовчав. Бачили ми цвіт Вавилону, перед тим, як він впав. Так, коли ми повернулись назад, чи чекали нас тут? Брат, коли ми будували маршрут, чи чекали на бруд? Слова, бла, замість тисячі діл, замість тисячі тіл. Так, ти знаєш, що найгірше, вже не буде, як раніше. Чого не буде, як раніше. Все, що зникло в часі, не вернеш. Нічого не буде, як раніше. Час не поверне, все, що зникло в часі, не вернеш. Не спитайся шляху, яким ідеш. Ранку ми прокинемося інші.
certainly aren't Ashlanders, not with those tails.
This is disturbing. I can't believe this. Why allow the Warclaws to run roughshod over the camp like this? My brother often visited this camp. Took me along a couple of times. It used to be such a vibrant place. If Ulran was here, he'd never stand for the Warclaws invading the camp. He told me the Ashlanders were the same as you and I. Different beliefs don't necessarily make people bad. I really want to help, but Nario won't hear of it. We don't get our hands dirty unless there's a writ attached.
Vea, I don't think this is a good idea. We're trying to keep you out of House Redren hands, remember?
You're not my parent, Nario. I can take care of myself, even if the Mother of Blades doesn't think so.
Damn it, Vea! You know I hate that title.
If I'd realized how popular this camp was going to be with Outlanders, I would have moved the Ulran the Exile. He disgraced his family and lost his... I assume they dragged him off to the mine, along with most of the tribe who refused to let those tribunal dogs walk all over us. Or should I say tribunal cats in this? It's a small hole in the ground, but it served us well to get the key to the mine from either the Warclaw's commander or the... to keep the head and the body separate. As long as I'm here, I have no doubt. However, my place remains with my people.
If I can smell you, Outlander, then you can be certain the Warclaws have picked up your scent. Leave now, and maybe House Redren doesn't care. They marched in with their Warclaws and claimed the land. You can't be more disgusted with that prospect than I am, but at least I'm still alive. And all I have to do is direct them to the... Ulran? You'd think he was some kind of saint the way he walked in and...
We're just going to burn them? Even the Reverend?
The captain called them traitors and savages. Said the good roasting was more than they deserved.
Intruders! Warclaws! Attack!
Down here! Come on! What's that smell?
Thea, stay back. You don't need to see this.
What happened here? Oh gods! They murdered these poor Ashlanders! Oh no! Oran! Oran! Wake up, please! You can't be dead. You just can't!
Thea shouldn't have had to see this. Even I'm finding it hard to believe that the mercenaries would slaughter these Ash. I suppose anything could happen in the heat of the moment. But to kill a Redrun? Even an exiled one? That's presumptuous even for the war claws. I wonder if Eris... I've seen these before. They use them in Eastmarch to...
If you're listening to my voice, know that my time is short, and what I have to say is important.
Brother, is that you?
Everything that happened was a deliberate act to discredit me. I need to report the events so my sister can learn the truth about her brother. You have to understand, I don't share my house's hatred and distrust of Ashlanders. So, I arrived to find one of my soldiers arguing with the Ashlanders. He spat at them, called them savages. When one of the Ashlanders objected, I ordered the soldier to stand down, but he ignored me and stepped toward the second Ashlander. I killed my own soldier. I had to. I believe I was set up for this fall, but I don't know by who. I came to this camp for shelter, but House Rederin's reach grows ever longer. Now Captain Briven's here. I'm going to...
Oran! Damn it! What am I supposed to do now?
I agree with Ulran's assessment. Certainly sounds like someone led him into a situation guaranteed to make him fail. I can't believe he put this burden. I didn't say that. Just not sure how to proceed. We're entering dangerous waters here, going up against House Redorin. And we don't even have... I'm going to take Thea and head back to our safe house in Balmoral. They found our cave, but the abandoned basement is still secure. After that, I'm not sure. We can't just kill with wild abandon. We follow a code. We only execute those whose names appear on sanctioned writs. If we kill respectable citizens without a writ, that's just murder. You do that, but be careful. We're not sure who in...
Educated, undereducated, and
we're broken people now.
real silent words for the goal, for the big show. The white crashes. VE gotta get low. So clap your hands, clap, clap your hands.
You want it, you got it top down, downtown, cruising cause you got it flying. You really like it now, I got you saying, I seen you slipping but you gotta let go. Come on baby, you just tripping, come with me and we can
This air between us is getting thin.
No lace, this ain't with it. Came back now, it's OG City. Who the fuck y'all think y'all is? I'm a grown ass man, I'm living no kids. Back in 2003, you supposed to be roll right bag up.
I've been traveling on this road to say to ya, no inner cipher, but he can't keep pretty AB. Damn little band, we could get it maybe. But these bitches always frontin' like they're in the AZ. I'm just doing me, but these bitches can't breathe. When I sip that sip, I hit that dip. Damn little BM, you a real bad bitch. When I twist that hip and lick that lip. Damn bitch, and me, I wish it looked like this. If the men that rich, the rich that rich. Hands on the gram, let it get that grip. If you built like this, you built like this. Dance with it, dance with it. When I sip that sip and hit that dip. Damn, baby, damn, you a real bad bitch. When it's hit that hip and lick that lip. Damn, bitch, and me and we should look like this. Them in that rich, they rich, that rich. Dance on the gram, better get that grip. If it built like this, it built like this. Dance with it, dance with it. Come on.
golden guava.
And so the Outlander returns, as we discussed in the swamp. Complication? What kind of complication? I ordered my soldiers to stand down and let you do things your way. But no, that's not possible. My son was banished, ordered to leave Vvanderfel and never return. Vea was with you? And you left her out there? By the three, everything is unraveling no matter how hard I try to maintain. Tell my daughter I'm sorry. Tell her she needs to stay away until I can come. If you'll excuse me, I need some time to consider everything you've told me. Once I determine the best way to proceed, I'll come. It was never meant to be an attack. I sent Captain Briven to clear land that already belonged to House Redoran. The Ashlanders were given an opportunity to depart. The situation. House Redoran has been slowly expanding in that direction for years. We claimed that area almost a year ago, but we were forced to temporarily abandon it. Redoran depends on that land for hunting and resources. The Ashlanders are like a plague of insects. The captain serves House Redoran with honor and dedication. He's out doing his job. If Briven had anything to do, I'll speak to Briven when he returns. But understand.
Customers are always welcome.
Outlander! Now you told me what you found in the Ashlander mine. I can't imagine what... Naryu has responsibilities to tend to. Morag Tong responsibilities. Understand? She left me... You do understand. And Naryu implied you're as dense as the ash storms coming off Red Mountain. One other thing. Naryu's job concerns House Redoran. That's why she didn't want Vea to accompany her on this one. Vea's grief-stricken, angry, and ready to lash out at anyone and anything, so keep... I have experience getting on a lot of people's bad sides. Something about who Naryu's target is. Thinks the target may... Carefully, and with your hands empty and clearly visible.
Oh, it's you. Did Arshur send you to check up on me? I swear, the next person that No, I don't think so. It's just been difficult. Finding poor Ulran in the Ashlander camp. I know, but Naryu's writ. It involves a Redoran counselor. Exactly the opportunity. Well, Naryu wouldn't tell me any specifics, but she trained me well. It wasn't hard to sneak a glance at the writ before she took off. Her target's at Arenim Manor, out in... I appreciate you agreeing to see what you can learn at Arenim Manor. My father used to say it was used by counselors as a retreat. But Mother... That's all I've been doing. Thinking. And I think Ulran was right. Briven's as stubborn as my father when it comes to following the rules and... Politics, foreign relations, the Ashlanders. You did? How did he take it? I mean... Really? I suppose that makes sense. I think he loves us. in his own way. He didn't expect... My father doesn't know his children as well as he thinks. I can't agree to that. I need to figure out what happened to my brother. Who is...
That was a brave deed, rescuing the servant.
I expected you hours ago, hero. It's not polite to keep an assassin waiting. I was wondering how long it was going to take Vea to convince you to follow me. But she thought I didn't notice when she glanced at my writ, didn't she? Where is my overly curious apprentice, by the way? I know Vea wants answers, but this is my job. There are rules, especially where the lords of the great houses are concerned. First, don't kill any veterans. That's a violation of my writ and could have serious consequences for both of us. Second, we need to be invisible. These things work best when no one but the target knows we're there. If you get spotted, you're on your own. I even cough on anyone without a writ, and the Morog tongue will have my... It's unusual, but not unheard of. True, most writs taken out against the house's target. Councillor Dovera has been conspiring with House Drez to promote the slave trade and avoid scrutiny by Redrin and Pact officials. She played a dangerous but profitable game. I'm not privy to the laborious investigations that took place. In cases like these, though, the target... That's the question, isn't it? It nags at us the way the torchbug nags at the brave little scrib in those children's... I'm not saying that. Accidents happen. But they certainly made sure Ulron was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Brivon's name keeps coming up. At the very least, he was Ulron's best friend once. He might be able to shed some light on Ulron and what... Vea's my apprentice, and I'll decide when she's ready to take... That's how it works. Her actions are my actions. There have to be. My order came this close to being eliminated.
Greetings, my good friend. An excellent selection. Are you ready to reveal your rewards? A suitable reward. Ah. Magnificent! He is truly impressed. Very sleek. There are no crates remaining. Purchase more if you wish to try your luck again. Most crates contain 4 rewards, but sometimes you will get a special 5th reward. Farewell, my good friend.
The front door's guarded like a bank vault. Maybe there's another way in through one of the buildings by the docks. This looks promising. Might even lead to the wine cellars. I could use a good bottle of wine.
Hey, what's a little
See what you can find pertaining to Ulran. I've got a dagger and a writ with Councillor Dolvara's name on them. If we don't find anything, maybe we can ask for an invitation to the upcoming council meeting. I'm sure they'd be happy to answer our questions. Damn the luck. I was hoping for a quick stab and... So Councillor Dolvra does know something about Vea's brother. Damn it all. Now I suppose you want to actually talk to her before I execute. Of course we do. I specifically waited for you to arrive. We discovered that the next meeting of the High Council will take place at the consulate outside Balmra. The war clause and the Ashlander abuse aren't completely sanctioned by the House, and Dolvra was present when Ulran was exiled. Not a bad haul. That means we have to get Dolvra to spill her guts before... Be quick with your questions, hero. When I slip in, so do my daggers.
Ah, you must be here about those pesky patrol schedules. After all that clandestine correspondence, it's a pleasure to finally meet you in person. Now, come close. Well, look at you. I'm impressed. The last person House Drez sent over was so much more... scruffy. The noble's banished son? Why does House Drez care about that? Never mind. Anything so we can get Ulron's dead. I hadn't heard. As to who was behind the test...
You aren't clever enough or pretty enough to avoid what's about to happen, Dolvra.
What's the meaning of this? Who are you people?
I'm a Morag Tong with a writ that says you're a criminal and a traitor. That means I get to end your miserable existence. Take another look around, hero, and see if you can find anything else related to Ulran. More proof that Dolvra was in bed with both House Halalu and House Drez. That's Captain Briven's seal. I suppose our evil counselor courted favor wherever she could find it. The good Captain Briven appears to be more involved in Ulron's fate than I had imagined. He never struck me as the type to use murder, or he's trying to hide something. The letter mentioned in... I suppose she's probably pulled tight as a bowstring waiting to hear some...
What do you want?
This dark elf could use a break.
Back again? Took your sweet time. You didn't learn anything, did you? Not that it... What good is that going to do? They won't speak to us. House before family and all that. Believe me, more rules. I thought we were beyond those kinds of limitations. Look, I need to figure out who's responsible for Ulrin's... Riven was Ulrin's best friend. Would he really betray my brother? Regardless... So which soldiers are we talking about? I know most of the people my brother used to work with. Eyewitnesses are better than no... There's no time to waste. That fort's near the cave where I was hiding. We'll get Vatala and his soldiers killed. I know the process. Let me gather my gear and write a note for Nariu. I'll meet you near the Hlormoran stronghold. The more I think about it, as far as I'm concerned, rules got my brother killed. They don't apply to... That's what the handbook says. Look, I know what Nariu's done for me. No, never. You and Nariu aren't my enemy. I know Vatala. He's a typical Redoran. Oran had a habit of putting the needs of others ahead of his own.
Even if you hadn't, you probably don't even have. You're hardly worth the effort.
You're here, I'm here, the damn cultists are here. You know who isn't here? Nariu's probably busy clearing her writ, and we don't have time to wait. This opportunity to learn more... Fine. You wait for Nariu. I'm going to go and find them. Their orders were to scout the old...
is it? Can the High Priestess replace the item?
I need healing! Only the dead will see an end to this war.
Let's find the soldiers and get out of here before these stupid cultists realize what's happening.
We won't let you take us without a fight.
Thank the three! You're all still alive.
I'm not sure what you and Vare are doing here, but let us out. Then we can return Vare to her father. Counselor, this isn't the time or the place to have that discussion. One of the cultists carries the key.
You find the key. Me and Vatala. We're going to have a little chat while we're waiting.
Just trying to protect you.
From what? The truth? Oh, please. I want to know who did this to my brother.
Ah, another sacrifice for the Prince of Bargains.
I knew I shouldn't have told Vare the truth. I just made everything worse. Please let us out of here. We have to stop. I told her what she wanted to hear. I was with Captain Ulran the day everything happened. I was commanded to lure the Ashlanders to town. My orders were to invite the Ashlanders to Balmora to trade, send some local toughs to instigate a commotion, and then get Ulran to investigate. It was just supposed to be a loyalty test. Captain Briven, though he was still a lieutenant at the time, as soon as I explained all this to Vea, her face turned dark and she stormed out of here. I think she's going to Balmora to kill him. You need to let me out so I can warn the captain. How dare you! When House Redoran hears about this, you're going to regret your actions.
Get your ass over here, hero. We've got a situation and it's not good. Get your ass over here, hero. We've got a situation and it's not good. I leave you and Vea alone for a couple of hours and everything goes to oblivion. You did what? I suppose you thought that was a good idea. That explains why Vea broke into the kin house. I'm not sure what happened in there, but she certainly stirred up. If Vea kills Briven without a writ, the Morog Tong and House Redoran will both want her head on a silver platter.
Scour the streets, search the buildings. Vea Releth does not leave this city.
What's the meaning of this? Where are the soldiers? If you're looking for my husband, I'll tell you the same thing that I told that brazen young woman. The council is meeting outside. I could barely make sense of the nonsense she was spouting. It was Vea, Councillor Eris's daughter. Everything. She had a knife, but no, she didn't harm me. She said her brother wouldn't hurt an innocent. You shouldn't get involved. That young woman will hasten her own death if she... Dead soldiers. They were just protecting the kin house.
This Dunmer is cursed.
Please tell me you found Vea. I can already... Is Vea trying to get herself killed? You can't just barge into a veteran... She murdered soldiers without a writ. This is a dark path she's decided to... I don't like the looks of this. Brivin is using war claws to patrol the garrison. I don't like the looks of this. Brivin is using war claws to patrol the garrison instead of veteran soldiers. Either house forces are stretched thinner than I thought. Maybe nothing, maybe everything. We know Ulron refused to employ mercenaries. He hated counting on thugs to do the right thing. I expect the Veteran Council feels the same. Maybe Brivin's trying to show them what the war claws can do. The war claws may be a blessing in disguise. There's no stealthy way to approach this. The front door's our only option. Then we track down Brivin, find Vea. Glad to see we all made it. Now let's find Brivin before Vea skewers him.
Split up! Kill me!
Like many Redoran structures, this place is huge and designed to serve a multitude of... He's going to be as mad as a bull netch and twice as ugly, provided we can actually convince him we're here to save his sorry hide and that we're not part of a plot to kill. Nothing yet, eh? I hear a voice. I haven't so much as heard or seen even a whisper of Brivin yet. It's always important to figure out where a target keeps its wine. In this case, and I'll figure out how to get this door open.
the intruders. They have interfered for the last time.
Sounds like a... You! What are you doing here? Explain yourself! What in the name of the three are you up to? I thought you worked for Counselor Eris. Vea? She's barely out from under her mother's apron and she presumes to judge my actions? No matter. Whatever your motives... now everything becomes clear. Vea learned something of her brother's fate and wants to return. You're looking for the responsible party. Then look no further than Counselor Eris. He wanted to prove his son's loyalty to the house. A test Ulrun failed. Eris was devastated when his son sided with the savages, and his daughter ran away. He decided to resign his position. He'll make the announcement today. Eris hopes to restore his family, but I think it's a lost cause.
That's for Ulrun. Choke on your own blood, you bastard. My father, the entire council, they're all guilty. They all have to die. I have to do this, so stay out of my way.
Vea killed Briven. Without a writ. It was pure, focused rage. I never expected her to go through with it. I'm not sure they deserve to be saved, but that's what we have to do. The Morag Tong only recently began to fight. We have to get ahead of her. Cut her off. Nothing's more important than reaching the council meeting. If the mercenaries get in our way, cut them down. Vea's getting close. We're running out of time.
Pakruti can see a lucky aura around. May luck follow you.
Let me try to open this door.
Vea, daughter. I'm so sorry. I never meant for any of this to happen.
Come on, stubborn, stupid lock.
Father, why? Does the house really matter more than your own son?
I needed to protect Ulrun, to prove his loyalty. If I could do it all over again.
But you can't! None of us can! That's why
They
I have
are
to
no!
do this!
That's an order!
I'm not your apprentice anymore. The house has grown corrupt, evil. That's why all the councillors have to die. No more rules, no more secrets. House Redoran falls today.
Enough, Thea! This isn't the way! Thea's down. She wants to talk to you, hero, not me.
So much needless death. If only Eris would have listened. Outlander, we should speak. I think we can help one another. The Morag Tong agent. She cares deeply for Vea, doesn't she? It takes great courage to go against your heart and do. A series of regrettable decisions led to this family tragedy, and Eris convinced Briven to test Ulran. Then the two of them decided. I didn't say that. But we're not butchers. We do not hire mercenary thugs to wipe out an entire people. House Redoran behaved poorly. Morag Tong rules were violated. I suggest we make sure these details never see the light of day. Leave the body. Cooperate with House Redoran and hold your tongues. It's as simple as that. I shall return.
I'm not sure about this. It's a The High Counselor thinks we killed her. The deal hinges upon all of us forgetting this sorry mess ever happened. Besides, when have I ever been able to convince Vea to do anything she didn't? I don't see many options. We can either finish off Vea now and go along with the High Counselor's deception, or we slip out of here with Vea and send her far, far away. She broke her vows and deserves to die. You're right. If anyone's... Go on. I'll get her out of here before the council notices and meet you in Volmara.
I meet the most interesting... my. I'm...
Halt, fetcher! If I had a gold piece for every... This should be easy.
seem to have locked myself in. Who's out there? Oh, no, never mind. I don't care. I just want to get out of here. It's dark and it's cramped and it smells like an Argonian's armpit. I recognize that voice. I knew you'd come and find me. Who's out there? Oh, no, never mind. I recognize that voice. I knew you'd come and find me. As for my... There's probably a button or something nearby. In my experience, now you're just trying to prolong my agony. Divisible by 3. Try pushing the 6th panel from the left, or the 3rd panel, or maybe the 8th panel. Any of the panels in a position that's divisible. Ow! Something just shocked me. Another obstacle overcome by the great Narcissus. I find that escaping from an ancient trap really gets the heart. Indeed, Veloth tomb. Now we need to locate the hidden passages mentioned. I could tell you, but I work on an instinctual level. Ah, yes, the old scroll. It did mention hidden passages. Saint Veloth, perhaps. It's more likely he's buried in his shrine in Deshan. This is the family tomb. Oh, did I tell you my mother traces her lineage to this? And I've chatted with the shade of my great-aunt Ativinia. Of course it did. Probably had his preserved toe for good measure. I'm not interested in both. Ooh, this might be Veloth's home sought after by This is a burial chamber. We just need to find the entrance to the hidden passages. According to the old scroll, there's a secret entrance that leads to the hidden passages somewhere in this chamber. I don't see any obvious lever or switch. That's too bad. I need to supervise. You are my apprentice, after all. Now, historical research isn't defilement. If there's anything related to St. Veloth in this chamber. Still, the inscription on that pedestal might reveal something. Do give it a look, apprentice.
Perhaps that dusty old tome will suggest suitable offerings. Dust makes me sneeze, so you should take a look. The brazier ignited. That's a good sign. You're a natural. Although I suppose my mentoring has honed your talent. Happy to see the ancestors are materializing. I find ghosts. Oh, well done. Perhaps I should charge for my tutelage. We did it! On to the Undertomb, apprentice! No dawdling, apprentice. There's treasure nearby. I can practically smell it. Isn't it exciting? We're the first living creatures to set foot down here in more than 100 years. And that surprises you. Haven't you read my books? We search. You lead the way. Oh, that's a skill I developed. Finally honed in the heat of battle, both metaphorical and physical. Going first? That's an honor I wouldn't dream of. Something along those lines, but he was too eager. Nothing important in there. ornate coffer. I'll take a look while you deal with any other issues that may arise. Keep your eyes peeled for traps, apprentice. Pity that old scroll didn't include some sort of... You keep bringing up that strange Nord woman. I believe she said she... What? No, of course not. She'll get a... I'm sure you can handle this. Well, that's not something you see every day. Opportunity for trusty, though. What a large vault! Imagine the ancestral tombs vary in size from single chambers to massive crypts. But I never heard of hidden passages until I translated that scroll. If the family still exists, they'll be thrilled to hear that the famed explorer Narcissus Dren... The Veloth family is welcome to any little trinkets we may find. I believe I see the treasure vault on the other side of this chamber. Away, foul creatures! Ah, damn these trap spaces and their tempting gaps. So good of you to notice. I'm quite proud of my ability to turn any situation into... That's a rather ungrateful attitude, after I graciously agreed to take you under my wing. If you don't let me out, however, we won't be able... Almost certainly. The scroll clearly describes... What are you doing out there? All right, that was just mean. I found a jeweled glove and a sturdy key. Ah, sweet freedom! Onward! You deal with this. I wouldn't want to deny you a chance to demonstrate your impressive combat prowess. Hmm? Apprentice, you missed tiles set in the floor. I've seen this before. Panels on the walls. Do you see any differences? I suppose the order is important, but a few of the panels have fallen into disrepair. Think of the stone tiles set into the floor as a giant lock. Of course! But no two puzzles are ever exact. That's where the conundrum comes in. Check the panel. step in the proper order and the way will be opened. From St. Veloth for sure. Come to Narcissus, you beautiful golden head, you. And look, another passage opens. That will lead to the treasure. I'm just guessing, mind you. Nonsense. Did you see it? Emeralds for eyes. There are no people like us. We solved the puzzle and uncovered the secret. You did all the work, of course, but I had it figured out the moment we entered the chamber. I was ready to help if you needed it. Now, let's see what's waiting inside. To the ancient crypt! My next book is going to be a trilogy for sure. Well, this isn't at all what I expected. This place is ancient. These must be Vvanderfel's earliest ancestors. Examination, while you deal with any inconveniences that happen our way. I expected your technique to be a little more graceful than that. Preserved bodies, not cremated ashes. A technique that predates the earliest archaeologs. Oh dear, I don't like the look of this. I'm sure you can manage. Nothing but some broken crates and an old well. Narcissus Dren never fails like this. I blame you, apprentice. My translation was nearly perfect, so how could this be? No, that's impossible. Ancient scrolls lead to discovery and treasure, not disappointment. I blame you. Isn't that a noble sentiment? But noble sentiments don't pay the bills or sell my books. You wouldn't understand. You have no sense of what it takes to do what Narcissus Dren does. Bend the truth for dramatic effect? Unconventional. I can't wait to write this all down. To my camp, apprentice. might make for my most exciting tale yet. It was probably St. Veloth's mother.
Oh, Narcissus, that is wonderful news. I can't wait to read it.
That will have to wait. I must get to Vivek City. I'll leave it to you to compensate my trusty assistant.
Ah, Narcissus, always rushing here and there. Oh, how I love him. I am glad to see he did not leave you in that dusty old tomb. Oh, yes. Before you arrived, he was telling us all about it. I am certain it's going to make for a great story. His best yet. And he was so...
You'll never understand the battleground until you see the games. Of course. Now, we may have many games available. Which challenge? Team Deathmatch has always been popular. Anyone can claim a capture point, but it's a true test of skill to... Ever the curious one, eh? Good. Capture the Relic is one of our simpler games. You must seize your enemy's relic. Chaos Ball sounds simple. You grab the ball and hold on to it. Ah, one of my personal favorites. Unlike our other games where you must stand fast, Crazy King gets the blood.
You Outlanders keep pouring into Ulura. It's fun to see how many of you...
Dragging your feet isn't going to make... Brave! Stupid, but brave!